Crash Course Instrumentation presents episode number 38, Amperometric Sensors 2, Electrochemical Gas Cells, CO, H2S, O2. Fresh after Apollo 37, Photodiodes and Amperometric Basics. Today we focus on electrochemical gas sensors, tiny fuel cells that make electric current when a target gas diffuses in. That current tells us how much gas is present. Open, hook. If a gas makes a tiny battery wake up, you can measure it. Carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, ozone, and oxygen are commonly measured with TO electrochemical cells that create microampere level current. What an electrochemical gas sensor is, plain English. Inside is a small electrochemical cell with at least 2 electrodes, a working electrode and a counter electrode. Many cells add a reference electrode for stability. The space is filled with electrolyte and covered by a gas diffusion membrane. Gas diffuses through the membrane to the working electrode, where a chemical oxidation or reduction reaction happens. That reaction moves charge and produces a small electric current. More gas, more reaction, more current. The current is approximately proportional to concentration over the rated range. Electronics convert that current to a voltage using a transimpedance amplifier, current to voltage converter, and then scale it to parts per million, ppm, or percent. Common families and what they measure. Toxic gases. CO. Carbon monoxide. H2S. Hydrogen sulfide, SO2, sulfur dioxide, NO, NO2, nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, O3, ozone. These are typically 3-electrode amperometric cells. Oxygen. Galvanic O2 sensors are also amperometric. A consumable anode, often lead, reacts with oxygen and creates a current proportional to % oxygen, common in safety, diving, and combustion air. Why these sensors are popular? Direct reading, current tracks, concentration without exotic math, low power and compact, no hot filaments or heaters required, selective membranes and catalysts, reduce many interferences compared to older methods. Important specs, read the datasheet. T90 response time, seconds to reach 90% of the final reading after a step of gas. Temperature range and compensation. Electronics or lookup tables correct the reading as temperature changes. Humidity window. Too dry can slow diffusion. Too wet can condense and flood the membrane. Service life. Months to a few years. End of life. Shows as slow response or low output. Cross sensitivity. Some cells respond to hydrogen, sulfur compounds, or solvents. Check the table. Installation and use, plain English checklist. Keep sensors sealed until installation to prevent electrolyte loss. Store per vendor. Mount in the recommended orientation so electrolyte stays where it belongs. Diffusion versus pumped sampling. Diffusion is simple. Pumped sampling lets you draw from a duct or cabinet but needs filters, and flow control. Short, shielded wiring from the sensor to the amplifier helps reduce noise, avoid motor VFD cable bundles. Protect from solvents and silicone sprays that can poison membranes and catalysts. Calibration and bump testing. 0. Expose to clean air or a Ka0 gas to set the baseline. Span. Apply a certified calibration gas at a known concentration and set the reading. Bump test. A brief exposure confirms response before use, common for personal safety monitors. Follow site procedures for gases, regulators, ventilation, and personal protective equipment, PPE. Troubleshooting, field realities. Slow to respond. Sensor near end of life, blocked diffuser, low temperature, or dry electrolyte. Low span output. Aging cell or poisoned catalyst, verify with a new sensor. False high reading. Cross sensitivity to another gas, static pressure changes, or temperature swing. Noisy, unstable. Moisture in tubing, poor shielding, or ground loops in the amplifier card. Safety notes, non-negotiable. Never use live toxic or flammable gas without training. Use approved calibration gas, ventilation, and supervisor's procedures. Remember personal exposure rules, time-weighted average and short-term exposure limits. Come from safety authorities. Check your site's standards. History nugget, memorable. The Clark electrode, 1950s, made oxygen amperometry practical in medicine and labs. Miniaturized cells later moved into industry for ambient and process gas monitoring. Wrap-up, what to remember. Electrochemical gas cells are tiny fuel cells, gas in, reaction, current, proportional to concentration. Great for CO, H2S, SO2, no NO2, O3, and O2. Read the cross-sensitivity and ANIM service life. Notes. Good storage, calibration, and shielding turn microamps into trustworthy ppm readings. Credits and CTA. Huge thanks to Tony Kupalt and the open source community for the instructional models behind Crash Course Instrumentation. If this helped, please like the video, subscribe to Crash Course Instrumentation, and share with a classmate or coworker.